it's been. And this team is celebrating their first ever Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Championship.
My goodness, what a steal! They have silenced the building. And the Whai, their title defense stays alive.
Oh my goodness me! Mainland Pouākai are into the Tauihi Grand Final.
Kia ora te whānau and welcome along to the 2025 Grand Final of the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa season. And it is going to be a huge game between the Pouākai, looking to become the fourth team to win their fourth title at Cowles Stadium here in Christchurch. The Whai looking to be a two-time champion, going back-to-back. Can they do it in Christchurch? Ōtautahi, the scene for this one. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank and Crystal Ledger-Walker on hand for this grand final. Taylor Johnson will join us momentarily sideline as well. But Casey, this has been a great season, so close in the regular season to find the four teams who headed to the playoffs.
Unbelievable amount of tightness in the ladder coming in. Just one win separating first place from fourth place. All the teams on the same record. A testament to how even the competition has been. But despite that evenness, somebody is going to step up today and lay claim to a championship and prove they have the medal.
Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa champion Crystal Ledger-Walker. What are the emotions going through the minds of these players right now?
Two come to mind, nerves and excitement. They've been working all season for this very moment and they've finally got it. This will be the last game that they have all together. And yeah, I'm sure these girls are ready to leave it all out on the court.
Well, Taylor Johnson is sidelined for us. And Taylor, the crowd is building for this one. Late arrival into Cowles, but looking forward to seeing how this works out. And what is the atmosphere like in the venue?
It is a sold-out Cowles Stadium, and you know why? Because this is the last time the Pouākai will be gracing this venue. They're off to a new stadium next year, as well as the Rams, and what better way to farewell it than with a title? And as you guys mentioned beforehand, if they get the title win, that is a fourth different team in 4 years, which shows how good this competition is. But the music's been blasting. There's so many kids throughout here. A few Whai supporters sprinkled in between, so I think it's going to get loud, as it always is in Cowles Stadium. But there's so many things to talk about. First up, it's the head coach battle. Coach Alex going up against Coach Tane. Obviously, Alex won the title with the Whai last year, and while Tane, Alex was his mentor for 15 years, so to go head-to-head in a game like this is so special. And while the Whai, there's a bit of an elephant in the room for them, they said. It's because they are trying to go back-to-back. No team has ever done that before. But the last time these two teams played, the Pouākai got the win. But before that, the Whai travelled down here to Cowles Stadium with all this noise and got the win. They'll be hoping to emulate a performance like that. But I'm excited. Everyone here is excited. I can't wait to join you guys throughout the broadcast.
Thank you, Taylor. Semi-final number one, the Whai taking care of the Queens. And it was looking like it was going to be a Queens runaway game, but the Whai got the job done near the end of the game. Michaela Cowling went off 7 threes, Crystal Ledger-Walker.
She was so good. She was hot. She was in great form. And can I just say, she was getting it done like that. Hands all in her face did not matter. Christy Wallace, the league's MVP, came up in moments, but they lost her. She went out with 5 fouls to end the game. Hannah Hank had that big board, and Emmy Shearer sealed the game with that seal and the fast break layup. Her and Michaela Cowling absolutely outstanding in this semi-final and got the job done on the road.
Wow, the Whai hero for that game, Michaela Cowling, is with Taylor right now.
She absolutely popped off in that semi-final. You're a great defensive player, but offensively you showed us what you have. But what has the Whai team been focusing on this week?
Yeah, I mean, even like this whole week, right? The whole season is sticking to what we know, what's true to us, making sure all 5 are in place to play defense, guard your own man, but also help your players out. We're just a unit, you know, on defense, and we want to make sure we're doing the right things always, and Tane's prepared us for this moment, so we're really excited to be here.
Are you going to change anything defensively to stop people like this? You know, Miss Whittle, the top scorer.
Yeah, I mean, no, she's been hitting tough shots this whole competition. They have a lot of scoring threats over there, but for us, our main thing is focus on us, make sure we're staying solid and locked in the whole game.
How much chat has been on being the first team to go back-to-back in this tough competition?
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely heard it, but we're being present, we're being focused, and we're ready for the moment.
All the best. Looking forward to seeing you guys out there.
Thank you very much.
Go well. Back to you, Miles.
Semi-final number 2 was just as exciting. The Hoiho came into Ototahi Christchurch and tried to get the job done, but the Pouākai just seemed as though they've got a little bit of destiny to be fulfilled here today.
Yeah, it came out and it was a tough game early. Marina Whittle hitting some big shots. Morgan Yater timely drives. But even after the first quarter, with the Pouākai actually down 1 on their home court, a big second quarter puts them up double digits at the halftime, and then they kept the pressure up, always holding the Hoiho at arm's distance without ever controlling the game. Marina Whittle was fantastic, flirting with a triple-double. Bree Hall had her best game of the season with a 20-point haul herself, with great support from McKenna Dale right there, as well as Taylor Mikesell, really hitting big shots at timely moments. And it's going to be key if they're be able to do it again, Moles.
Well, Marina Whittle, part of the All-Star 5, averaging over 20 points a game and over 8 rebounds a game. She's with Taylor Johnson's sideline.
Thanks, Miles. She commented on there's a lot of green. Well, hopefully she's got the green light tonight outside the perimeter. Talk us through what the Pouākai have been focusing on throughout the week.
Yeah, just trying to lock down their inside game. The Whai is so strong. They're so inside heavy with like some perimeter shooters. So just trying to lock down on defense. And then on offense, just stay moving, passing the ball, keeping the ball moving, getting everyone involved.
How much has been spoken about this Whai defense? Because they are the best in the competition. They do keep scoring to a minimum.
Yeah, they really do. And they're pretty good at it. And we've seen that 2 times this year. We've only gotten them once. So for us, it's just trying to just stay with them. They're high energy, high movement. Yeah, and just trying to just always stay locked in.
Last game at Cowles Stadium, and how good has the crowd been, not only today, but for the whole season?
Yeah, oh my God, I love playing here. It's so much fun. The crowd really gets involved and they're super loud, so I'm really happy that this is like our home stadium. It's our home advantage, and it should be a tough game for the Whai tonight.
You're the most prolific scorer in the league, so what have you enjoyed the most, and what's enabling you to play as well as you've been playing this year?
Yeah, just like ball movement, player movement. It's really fun basketball here in New Zealand. I've really been enjoying it. So the court's been opening up for me, and yeah, just having a supportive fan base and everyone around me has been really helpful.
I'm looking forward to seeing you out on court tonight.
So much.
Thanks to you, Miles.
Thanks, Taylor, and thank you, Marina, as well. Casey, what do the Pouākai have to do to win this game?
Well, I think we heard Marina Whittle say, I think first and foremost, they have to control the interior. Hannah Hank is a tough matchup with just really Charlotte Whitaker up front to stop her one-on-one, and with Lena Snyder in there as well, we're going to have to see a lot of help. Secondly, they have to find some efficiency from deep. They need to be up near that 40% mark, shooting the ball well, and if they can do that at the same time as taking care of the basketball and limiting their turnovers, they'll put themselves in great position down the stretch.
Well, time now for the anthem at Cowles Stadium, and it'll be sung by Henare Ka.
God of nations at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shores of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Cowles Stadium ready for the grand final of 2025 Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. And Crystal, what do the Whai have to do to win this game?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard playing down there in Cowles Stadium. I can tell you firsthand, it is intimate, it is loud. They do not want to let this crowd get too involved in this game, and to do that, they have to stop the likes of Marina Whittle and Morgan Yeager. They cannot let them get loose. They cannot let this crowd really feed into the jovial style of basketball they play. And then offensively, if they can play through their bigs where their advantages in their size, and then also space the floor and let the likes of Jess McDowell-White pick that defense apart, they're going to be in pretty good shape.
And for the Whai, looking forward to seeing they can continue that momentum from the semi-final win over the Queens last weekend, Casey, into this one as well, with Michaela Cowling, just that energy that she has at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and this is a Whai team that is trying to find that momentum once again. They lost a lot of it when Snyder went down. They started losing games. They had a chance to really run away with things, go be the top seed, but without Snyder, that fearsome front court punch lost a little bit of its power. They're back to full strength, and they're back to looking like a team, to me, that looks like the team to beat, with that combination of strength on an interior and fearsome defense outside. But this Pouākai team, with the way they shoot the ball, they're going to be very dangerous, and at times, pretty much the kryptonite to the way this Whai's play. They pack that paint, they take things away. Kicking it outside, Crystal, is going to give some opportunities for those Pouākai players to really find their range.
Yeah, absolutely. The way that Alex constructed this team, he wanted to be deep, he wanted to have shooters that would stretch that floor and let the likes of Marina Whittle and Morgan Yeager, who are very crafty and creative with the ball, find the gaps and holes in that defense to let their shooters light it up.
And one thing we haven't talked a lot about is that coaching matchup. You know, Alex Stojkovic, he gets poached. They poached a coach. They brought him down. They wanted to get a title. This is a team that hasn't sniffed the championship game before this season. And here they are, one of the strongest teams throughout the year in the title game. Looks like a great move, but they poached him from the Whai, stole him right out from underneath. There's got to be some hard feelings there.
Oh, absolutely. You would think if you're his former players, you know, at the Whai, they're definitely got a little extra chip on their shoulder, wanting to prove to their past coach that they've still got it. And, you know, they're the ones that hold that trophy.
Especially since he chose a few players to come down. And what about me? What about chopped liver? Can I come make the trip down south too? No, there's going to be a little extra feeling in today's game, I feel.
Now you can see the Canterbury Rams banners hanging from the rafters there just below them. And I'd dearly love to have a Mainland Pouākai banner, whether it's in Cowles Stadium next year or in the new one in the middle of town as well. And it's going to be 40 minutes, maybe more, of great competitive basketball, and what we saw in the semi-finals surely will continue into the grand final of 2025. And starting five for the Tauranga Whai, and they have not had Lena Schneider for the last couple of weeks of the regular season. She came off the bench for the semi-final, and she's back in the starting five for Coach Tane Bennett.
Yeah, it's important that we keep alluding to these bigs, because we have to remember the Pouākai are without Ezra McGoldrick and Abby Fogg, who have a lot of size inside. So that's why we keep bringing it back to how important this front court is. But Emmy Shearer and Michaela Cowling, they were the two X-factors in that semi that the Pouākai will want to shut down today.
And here we have a look at the starting lineup for the Pouākai. It's been pretty, this has been most of the lineup since Fogg and McGoldrick went down. They obviously did not make it back at the end of the season, so a lot of pressure on Whitaker on the interior and on Hall to level up her size a little bit. She can't just be a small forward, she has to be a power forward. And now let's take a look at some of the key matchups, starting with Michaela Cowling Crystal.
Yeah, you said it earlier. She is one of the best two-way players in this league. She does all the little things, makes winning plays throughout the game that really gets her team over the line. I think some of us were surprised at how well she came out and shot the ball, but let's remember back to year one when she was averaging 23 points.
And here we have a look at Marina Whittle, leading scorer in the competition, but a solid rebounder as well, good with the assist. She can do a little bit of everything. That field goal percentage is just about her three-point percentage as well. She can really stroke that ball from beyond the arc, shooting 44% from the field and 44% from deep, and she gets streaky. They're going to have to find her early and often in transition. Take a look at the stats, the minutes per game there. Michaela Cowling, she might be the most important player for the Whai, not scoring-wise, but everything she does, her switchability defensively, and we saw last in the semifinal when she hits big shots, how much a different team that makes the Whai.
Oh, here it is, how they've looked tracking into this grand final as well. You can see that the Mainland Pouākai's offense has been performing at a high rate. And points against that Whai defense. Who will win the arm wrestle at either end of the floor? That will be the one that we'll see. Probably decide this, the defense. Defense wins titles. You've won 4 titles in the NZNBL. Casey, you've won a title in this fledgling league as well, and Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa Crystal as well. Your match referees for this one, Callum Welch, Matt Bathurst, Ryan Jones, and Reagan Ashley will be the reserve there as well. We're looking forward to tip off the grand final for Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, ready to get us underway here at Cowles Stadium. And final preparations as they wind down. Looking forward to seeing how these players react to what early punches can be landed first. It's a long game of basketball. Just have to look at how the Whai handled the Queens. The Pouākai saw off the hoi-ho. And the grand final is underway for 2025. And it will be Whai ball.
These first few possessions, I'm really watching this point guard matchup. Jaeger and Jess McDowell-White, which we see Bree Hall a little bit switch up there, but those 2 guards are going to have a lot of expression on the pace.
And already the glass work is going to be so key. The Whai did such a great job against that aggressive rebounding front line of the Queens last week as well.
Yeah, when we saw the Whai pick it up on the glass, we saw them turn the script for the game. When they started boxing out and putting bodies on players, that's when they looked good.
Here's Cowling. Touching the paint, gets the roll. Michaela Cowling getting to work early.
And that's what makes her so tough, just that length. She's long enough to get that shot over the shorter Mike Sell.
And for me, mindset, she's been much more aggressive offensively these last couple of weeks than she has been the majority of the season, calling that on number with more frequency.
That shot is off. Rebounded by Hannah Hank. Part of that all-star 5. Hannah Hank averaging 9.5 rebounds a game. The drive from McDowell-White. Rims out off the backboard. Here comes Whittle. 5'11" Aussie.
The transition push you have to like if you're Coach Stojkovic. That's where the Pouākai are going to find some advantage. The Whai need to do a better job of stopping that ball early.
Elbow jumper is good. Nice start from the Whai here.
That is absolutely her range. She's money from the knuckle spot, and she also has the ability to rip by as well.
And hitting that first one makes it that much easier to rip through next time.
That 3 knocked down by Taylor Mikesell.
She's a bucket, man. You cannot give her that much space. Coming off a handoff, the big has to step up. You might have to start switching that because it looks like she's got her eye in early.
She was second all-time in NCAA three-point percentage. And expect to see a lot of bodies on the floor throughout this game. The physicality is going to be a real problem.
It is. It's been building all year. But speaking of physicality, look at those bigs go to work. And Marina Whittle, she knows the battle on the glass needs to be won by them today. Gets in on the action.
Does a great job coming out inside of her cylinder, coming down. And fouls like that, key for Hannah Hank. She needs to save it for the post. A cheap one like that, that might come back to bug her later.
Whitaker. Back of the iron. And Mashira with the rebound. Nice look inside. Hannah Hank sees the double, turns it over.
That was a real nice fast break action, passing the ball ahead, but the defense at the end was enough.
Tipped out. McDowell-White has it.
Marina Whittle's just so fun to watch. Always crafty, always doing things she loves. And Michaela Cowling, right where she left off.
Look out.
That's that aggressiveness I'm talking about. She was not taking that shot in the first 10 games of the year, but now it's money time. She's coming with it as Jaeger gets the foul despite being rejected.
I think that's what's so exciting about this game. All these big-time players love to show up in the big-time moments. We're seeing them peak at the right time in this season with that aggressiveness.
Morgan Jaeger at the line, close to 77% for the Pouākai.
Morgan Yeager was a player who dominated the final a season ago, was the MVP after missing the majority of the season, the real X factor for that Phi team down the stretch. And she's got the same ability to impact this game today. I love her game and I love her patience, but what I love most is her aggressiveness on the rim. She exploits mismatches and she'll be looking for them today.
31-year-old misses, but they get their rebounds. Another offensive rebound. This time the defense comes to the party. And Hannah Hank again just cleans it up the Phi in that battle down low.
Man, that battle between Cowling and Whittle, I know you guys are seeing it down there as well, but those two very feisty competitors.
Feisty's the word. That is the word.
McDowell White, three-hole on her hip, fires it to Cowling.
Stop it.
Nothing but net. Michaela Cowling.
And these are two players that if you poke them the wrong way, they can absolutely light up like that. Michaela Cowling, hot.
You're going to have to change that scouting report. Get on her immediately. She crosses half court.
Whitaker using the strength.
Look at Cowling.
Cowling in there and getting it done. You're right. Oh, tipped away, and it's Pouākai ball. And can't get the roll. But Whittle will head to the line to shoot two. The Phi just not looking after the basketball a little bit. Michaela Cowling, 3 for 3, 8 points.
Well, the offensive McCallum is fantastic, but it was the defense that's just important with those big rebounds. She's been coming out of her area to pick those up, get on the glass. She's going to need to do that because this Pouākai team is locked in, but those careless turnovers getting sped up by the Pouākai. You don't want to play at their speed. You want to play at your speed. And Marina Whittle gets that steal off to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to try and get a couple and close this gap as the Phi have really jumped on the home team early.
Marina Whittle, 61% from the Chemist Warehouse stripe, just shooting 51.5 in the 3 games from the stripe against the Phi, missing the second. It's the Phi with a 10-5 lead coming up on 4 minutes gone in this first quarter at Cowles Stadium. It's the grand final. And it's McDowell White. And Shearer up high, operating with Schneider. Shearer going to the right hand. Ball is on the floor, and here comes the Pouākai. Defense in transition. And it's going to stay with the Pouākai after the Phi poked it away. Not through too much contact.
But just look at this push from Marina Whittle. Schneider tipped that one from behind, should go back to Pouākai. And yeah, right, there is a lot of physical action going on. Marina Whittle's second time she's hit the floor already today. But Alex Stojkovic likes the pace to be pushed. He likes to play in transition, and we saw that's what Marina was trying to do there.
Oh, another turnover as Whittle sits. Schneider with it. Catching the Pouākai on their heels as Lacandro is in the game and knocking down the 15-footer.
The early sub, Hank to the bench, Lacandro steps in, instant impact. If I'm the Phi, I want to get Lena Snyder the ball in the post a little bit, test this Pouākai defense at their second big spot.
Time winding down, another steal. Third turnover. There's many minutes for these two teams. Cowling with a steal.
Just that length of Cowling again, you can't take for granted those passing lanes.
She's looking for it, man. She is extremely aggressive right now. Well, I have not seen her play like this, even really that much last season. You know, she hasn't really looked for a number. Reminds me of that first season where she stepped on the scene as a MVP level player, defensive player of the year, and bringing that offense today, Crystal. That's got to be a bad sign for the Pouākai.
Yeah, last year we only saw her in 9 games due to injury, but she averaged 8.3 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. She was really their glue player last year, but the year before, 2023, when she was in fine form, she had 23 points, 9.5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and really just did it all.
Sorry, Moles, but essentially played her way back into shape a season ago and took that role on, but stepping up when we need it most. Taylor Dalton, her ability to pester those ball handlers is going to come big off the bench.
Pouākai down early. That 3 is good from Emma Rogers, her first bucket.
The youngsters are out there. Ava Jones and Emma Rogers step right into the cauldron. No fear in Rogers.
The confidence Alex has in them is so impressive.
She gets around 22 minutes a game, does Emma Rogers. And then now it's down to 5. Good position for Lacandro. Puts it up, flips it in on the reverse.
Pretty decent physicality by Ava Jones underneath, but Lacandro just has that wingspan to get it outside her body.
Sold on the up fake. Help defense is there. Lacandro can't quite get the rebound, but here's Schneider. Tipped away. This will stay with the 5. 16 on the shot clock.
Ava Jones out there pestering defensively, does a nice job of coming back at Lacandro. And Snyder gets her first break of the game, and an adjusted lineup here for the 5. Michaela Cowling gonna have to carry a lot of this offensive load now.
Dalton up high. Cowling on the wing. Stepping back on the baseline. That's going to come off the hands of Kiri Sommet.
Emma Rogers checking in this game, had such a good year. You know, she came down from the 5 program, followed Coach Stojkovic, and now she's having a big impact. To see this youngster on the court playing in a final and impacting the game, an impressive job by her.
Yeah, really impressive. When Alex Stojkovic was asked about her earlier this season, he said she was set back a year ago after not making the New Zealand team, but really turned it around. Under 18 nationals, had a great standout performance. Then obviously this year absolutely cleaned up the awards in Rapid League and Tauihi. But yeah, a few years ago, not making that New Zealand team really set a fire underneath her.
Pouākai just 2 for 11 here in this first quarter. As that is fired out of bounds. That's the 3rd turnover for the Pouākai. Now this offense, they struggled against the 5 in the regular season. They scored almost 13 fewer points per game against the 5 than they did against the rest of the league. And their efficiency shooting the ball against the 5 struggled obviously as well.
Might be tasty.
They are struggling right now in this first quarter.
I'm surprised at the start. This is a team with a lot of championship experience. A lot of players have played in pressure moments like this before, not shooting the ball well, not taking care of it. That's not what we expect. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a timeout if it continues.
Looking for the handoff is Hank to Cowling. 9 first quarter points. And right in her landing zone there. No foul called on Whittle. The other way! And swatted away by Emmy Rogers. Emmy Shearer, excuse me.
It's all right. We were all taken aback by that play. My gosh, Emmy Shearer, get that out of here. She did actually play volleyball growing up, showing us the hops.
Oh, yeah, that's volleyball-esque.
Bouncy, lets her know about it.
Met her at the net.
Let her know about it, Emmy. Athlete coming out with a big smile on her face after that one, and why not? And she gave a little get that shot out of here.
Did like that the Pouākai were pushing in transition though. We see with this 5, they've gone smaller. We saw this in the semi-final when Charlotte Whittaker sat with those 2 fouls early. They came out with a smaller lineup and got on a run.
This is impressive, guys. They haven't scored inside the 3-point line this quarter so far, the Pouākai.
The 5 locked it down, playing with a high level of physicality, but it's starting to cost him. That's the 15th team foul. Taylor Dalton picks up her 2nd. Even though nobody else has more than 1, they're going to have to watch that level of physicality. You want to be on that razor's edge in the final, playing with that level of physicality, but you cannot call it called for this many whistles with this type of frequency.
Jaeger making the 2nd. Pouākai now to 9. Standing on the make, and that's nice hands from McKenna Dale. Up, stays with the fight.
2nd time token pressure has really affected this 5 squad. That's something that Pouākai might want to keep up the entirety of this game.
Dale almost did it again. Now Schneider again bringing the ball up, finding Shearer after that highlight reel block. Gets right on the paint, tied up beautifully.
Morgan Jaeger with a little bit of payback.
Morgan Jaeger with the I gotcha mini-me, coming for the double.
looking for the footwork. And Schneider again. One-hand lead pass. Can't quite corral it, but it will be with the Phi. Emmy Shearer on the breakout.
Well done by McKenna Dale there. Gets back, just gets a hand to it. But fantastic opportunistic running by the Phi. They don't want to do it every time, but they keep the pressure on.
Yeah, but what I also like about the fight is that anyone can initiate their offense. They're looking to go in transition. Their eyes are always up.
Dow White, too strong. Hank with the tip rebound. Phi ball. Just the second offensive rebound. Pouākai have 4, but very little to show for it at the other end. They survive. Looking to get the pass on the one-handed bounce is no good, so the Phi get another steal.
Turnovers. 4th of the game now for the Pouākai.
Dow White can't get the roll. But Hannah Hank, another rebound.
She's munching in there. You've got to put 2 bodies on her. There's just not enough size with Whitaker out of the game.
Stopped. Nicely done by Marina Whittle. With 2:02 to go in this first quarter, 6 on the shot clock, as Cowley rejoins the game. Kelly Some, who has been excellent, not just off the bench, but also starting for Tane Bennett in the latter part of the season. She'll sit. 5 ball baseline. Cowlin fighting through the screen. Pull up. And they got it on the arm. It's going to be a foul on Mikesell.
That is a killer. Cowling hit one on her from that exact same spot to start this game. Mikesell, flashbacks, didn't want it to happen again, but gives up the foul.
I think I just keep noticing when I'm looking at these matchups is just the size advantage the Phi have. You know, when they've got Hank in at the center position and Snyder or LaCandra at the 4, they have a lot of advantage in other spots. They haven't really started pounding the offensive glass with a lot of effectiveness yet, but I think over time, it's this war of attrition that's going to lean on the Pouākai.
Yeah, absolutely. And the play right before that, when Snyder came off and Whittle got that tip, if she hadn't have got that, Mikesell would have been in on Hank. That's the mismatch you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for if I'm the Phi. Not that first mismatch. I don't want to get the attack Whitaker. I want to take it that second big all the time.
Here's Rogers into the cup. Banks it off the glass and in. That's their first field goal inside the 3-point line in this first quarter. And Emma Rogers is making it happen there.
Just love the confidence this youngster plays with. Getting to a strong left hand. Long steps through the key. But for me, it's just the confidence to go and make that play happen, because it really came out of nothing.
The energy, the enthusiasm, the confidence afterwards. She's not out there with wide eyes as a newborn doe. She's out there. She's got the antlers. She's hunting out there.
Let me tell you, I met Emma when she was about 14. I scrimmaged against her. She has that dog in her. There's some people, when they start losing, they drop their head, they sulk. Emma Rogers is not that kind.
Kata Cowling too strong. Come to Pouākai, looking to finish strong. Quarter number 1 of the grand final. Good defense in trans by the Phi.
Poor offensive spacing, though. Everybody went into the same spot. Need to be more aware of what your teammate wants to get done.
Also, you don't really want to chase the lead. It's only 4 by the Phi, but you're in the bonus. Make them work for it. Morgan Yeager. Feeling the 3, they check the toes, run to Lena Schneider, and now the Phi. Under a minute to go in this first quarter. Dow White stops, puts it up and in.
Good balance, just good patience, gets to the spot, doesn't rush that shot, takes her time for the finish.
Oh, excellent craftiness on the baseline from Yeager, but coming up empty-handed.
But look at that spacing. 4 red jerseys outside the 3-point line. Yeager by herself on the interior. Whitaker, someone else has to cut and move with that penetration.
Some difference of around 5.5 seconds to end this quarter. Shot clock now off for the Pouākai.
They missed Lena Schneider down low.
Oh, steaming. Get the ball down. Mikesell's trying to guard her on the post. She does not have that.
Need to get the shot up. They collapse. And that will do us. The first quarter of the grand final is over. And the Phi, the visitors, looking to go back-to-back. They lead by 6, 19.
Just take the to come.
Welcome back. Second quarter about to get underway. The Five with a 6-point lead. We're joined by Whai coach Tane Bennett. And Tane Bennett has done an excellent job so far. And Coach Bennett, well done on the first quarter. There's a long road to go. What was the key to getting the physicality done against the Pouākai after 10 minutes?
We've had the coverages that we've worked on all week long. I think we did a good job in that space. We just have to calm down on offense and find the right temperature to play at.
You seem to have a couple of mismatches as Mike So hits that jumper in the post. Are you going to look to attack the post?
I can't hear you. Can you speak up? Sorry.
You have a couple of mismatches in the post. Are you going to look to attack the post with a bit more frequency as this game goes along, or stay with this perimeter-motivated attack?
Hey, look, we've talked about a number of matchups that we do like. We want to have the ball movement supersede that, and we'll find it through the flow of the game.
Coach Bennett, thank you for your time. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
7 of 19 are the Whai from the floor. 4 of 19, the Pouākai. And Pouākai with the ball now, looking to work it inside. And here comes the Whai. Gets another stop there inside the key. Taylor Johnson with us sideline. Taylor, what was it like out of that quarter-time break?
Yeah, well, Alex said that he wants his team not to be so stationary. Casey Frank mentioned it because their spacing is so wide. He was asking for more cutting across that baseline and creating options. Defensively, he was happy. He said we're forcing the Whai into tough shots, so more of it. But at the moment, he just wanted to instill belief in his team. He said, we've still got this. There's only a minimal scoreline deficit, so let's get back up, Andrew.
Another turnover. And then a similar style turnover at the other end. Mike's still looking to pull the trigger. And she's now 2 for 3.
First foul on Whitaker there, a cheap one, but the nerves of these passing, I don't like what I'm seeing, Crystal. What do you think these players on both teams need to do to just find a little bit of a settled feeling in this game?
Yeah, to me, Jess McDowell-White looks a little bit sped up. That was a poor passing angle with that bounce as an entry. She's been the glue, the tempo controller for this team, her and Michaela Cowling, so we'll look to see her settle into her game. She's usually really clutch with her jump shot, so we'll see if that gets going later.
Cowling misses that 3. Rebound pulled down by Mikesell. Marina Whittle 0 for 6 to start the game here. Pouākai usually around 20 points a game.
Whittle's a little bit like lava. She's bubbling under the surface, even if it's not hidden. I'd be a little bit worried about that coming back to the mean as this game goes along if I'm the Whai.
Snyder with her 7th rebound, guys. Cowling, feeding Hank, gets it back. Wow, that's beautiful. Pretty from the Whai.
Man, Hannah Hank has such a versatile skill set, able to see her guard still moving and get that pass around. That's more difficult than it looked.
And Cowling staying ready, not giving up on the play or going the other way, but staying as a receiver.
Oh, that is a pretty move on the reverse by Bree Hall. That's her first bucket. Also, Hannah Hank has 7 rebounds, as does Snyder for the Phi.
That's a three-headed monster that they are pulling down the glass.
There's another one for Snyder. Pouākai get a stop. Slowly trying to wheel and deal at the other end, and there's another 3 for the Pouākai. A welcome field goal.
And she hit that baseline layup early, then gets that 3, and now you can start to feel this energy building for the Pouākai.
And who else can feel is Tane Bennett, because he calls a timeout. He's had his fill. Those are 5 quick points by Hall there. First, a baseline drive, no help on the baseline. Michaela Callan all by herself, and then in transition, not terrible defense, but you're not in a no-fly zone. You have to make players like this on that catch. Michaela Callan, hands down. Well, that's a wide open look for Hall, who's starting to feel pretty good. Michaela Callan's probably getting a little bit of an earful on the bench.
Yeah, she absolutely will be. This was the Defensive Player of the Year a few seasons ago. She should not be blowing by her that much or not have her hand up contesting that shot. So yeah, I'm sure she'll be getting an earful.
We're not like doing simple things and just like getting to space, busting out, like holding some space to play a V-cut to get through our stuff. Just, like their plan really is to just deny stuff, make it tough, right? We're gonna go, let's get to that Spain, right? So Lena's in 4, Emmy's here, Jade, we got Jess. We're playing the snap, Emmy's into the Spain. Have a look at the 3-ball, downhill or a seal. All right, here we go, we're good.
Get your Sal's NBL Steel Combo, $35. Use that online code through the QR code champion. 2025, valid until Wednesday, the 17th of December.
Well, I like what Coach Bennett was talking about in that huddle space, you know, do a better job of performing to the pressure. But at this point in time, I would like to see a little bit more fire. You know, look, you've got 15 minutes, 17 minutes left of basketball. Let's get up. Let's take some personal accountability for how much time is left and doing your job out there on the court. Because when this one's over, that's all she wrote.
Adele White. Shearer gives it back to the Australian. Adele White almost banked that in. Ball is loose. Just falls to Hannah Hank. And she gets a pretty easy bucket. Let's bring in Taylor Johnson, who was listening in on the Pouākai timeout.
Well, he was just commending the defense massively. He said, just keep putting your hands up, keep confusing the space, getting in the passing lanes, and the ball is going to come your way. But on offense, you saw it just there. They want to create more space for Whittle. They said, draw the defenders off her, let her find an open lane because she's yet to get on that score sheet.
She certainly is. As Snyder misses, Whittle now 0 for 7, has the ball, looking to attack. Gets it back. And still 0 for 8 now to start the game.
That's 10 rebounds for Snyder, by the way.
Going the other way. And that's Amy Shearer with the bucket. And just like that, the Phi snatched the lead back. And time now for a Pouākai timeout.
Those were Emmy Shearer's first 2 points of this ball game. Look at her get out in transition. She's quick up the court. She's long. Goes and gets that layup. She's one that the Pouākai will want to keep down.
And the transition opportunities created by rebounding. We mentioned the Pouākai smashing the offensive glass early. They had 4 offensive rebounds in those first 3 minutes. Still got 4 offensive rebounds. But now the Phi have a 5 rebound advantage in total.
Marina screens. Brillo here. Taylor is here. Come off. Transfer the ball. Hand off. If they're in zone, you cut through. If they're man-to-man, just 2-man game back to middle. Pick and roll. Pick and roll. Anticipate a hard show. Messy pass. Okay. Hey, guys, right now, transition defense. We gotta get back. We gotta get back. We gotta rebound. Come on, let's go. It's a final. Let's go. Pouākai.
I like that, getting his squad hyped up out of this timeout. He's asking for that big response.
But that's what I'm talking about. Just it takes a little bit. Get in there.
Taylor, what do they talk about on that Phi timeout?
Well, Tane was very cool, calm and collected. He was saying they were doing a good job of pushing the Pouākai inside the perimeter to sort of limit those 3-point shots. And we see that they are still missing from inside in that 2-point area. But what they want more on attack is to actually attack on the wings. Try and get some shots on there. They can see some space on that side of the ball. But at the moment, they're all confident down in the Phi.
Long two. And that is good from Meixel. She's got 8 now.
What I liked about that play that Alex Stojkovic just drew up is that it was an option if they win a zone or a man.
McDowell White finding Hank on that curl. And Hannah Hank, 6 points, 8 rebounds.
That's that Spanish action that Coach Bennett was talking about. The up screen, the down screen out coming out of it. They have options either way. Really nice look with the one-handed pass into the post.
Hall, 3 ball, left it short. Hannah Hank with the rebound, number 9 for her. Schneider has 10, she's got the ball, gives it to Shearer. Kiri Some, no one boxed her out. And it will be jump ball and possession arrow. And stays with the fight.
Jade Kirasome is just a workhorse. Whenever she is out on the floor, she's giving it her all. She's going for all the loose balls, all the loose rebounds, as we see there.
And the Phi got a couple Energizer bunnies that come off the bench. Dalton as well can bring a lot of that energy. LaCandra does a little bit as a big. So multiple options for this Phi squad of players coming off the bench they trust. I don't think they have the depth of the Pouakai, but they have more than enough depth to compete for 40 minutes today.
Into Shearer with excellent position, great hands.
She's stepping up physically in both ways, and she is not a guard that I'd look to post up. She's got strong hands and a strong base as well.
Rogers. Whittle gives it. With Dale looking to step through. Whittle with another rebound. That's her first field goal. And Marina Whittle now finally getting on the scorers table with a field goal make. She's got 3, 6 rebounds for her. Into the corner, Schneider pulls it, it's long, Rogers with the board.
Every time the Phi go away from the post and the paint, I don't like what they're doing. They need to continue to attack the basket.
Whittle looking to go again. And then a foul from Rogers there.
Yeah, the mismatch is definitely inside right now for the Phi. Marina Whittle, the tallest player on the floor for the Pouakai, stands at 5'11".
She's feisty though. She'll get on there and she'll mix. We saw what she did on the offensive glass, but it's a sheer numbers battle. When you have that much of a length advantage, you just keep on pounding the ball inside, pound on the offensive glass. It makes those opportunities easier as well. Let's see what their strategy is coming, but they haven't really been trying to force that issue on the interior yet today.
Shearer's 3 straight on is rimmed out.
Good hand by Whitaker to keep control of that ball. Looked like it was Dalton's rebound.
Whittle has it back. Whitaker comes across, sets the screen. Bree Hall on the wing, so Whittle defended well, all over the floor.
This Phi defense is just smothering them right now. It's one thing being a good defensive team. It's another thing if you have a blueprint into the coach's mind.
McAndrew. That shot's off Bree Hall.
This does not feel like a 2-point game. There's not a lot of energy for this hometown crowd. They are a little bit nervous in this one.
Oh, nice rebound. Whitaker. Charlotte Whitaker with her second rebound rather, gets a bucket. And a rare non-box out from the Phi. They've been good on the glass. As Shearer has it knocked away.
Great D. Whitaker out there moving the feet. Right now, Lacandro, biggest player on the court for the Phi. If I'm the Pouakai, I'm going into Whitaker every time. She's got that strength advantage now. Lacandro can't stop her on the post. This is when I'd be trying to impose my will in the physical part of the game.
Speaking of physicality down
don't
low.
Take away the 3. What's the call on that one? Who's that one going to be? So that's going to be on the Phi. Or is that on the Pouakai? Okay, that's looking like it's on Bree Hall. Couldn't quite tell what was happening, but it ends up being on Hall. No, it's not. It's confusion again. That is a legal screen on the Phi. I could not tell. Looked like both teams thought it was on the opposition. But what looked like, I thought, kind of illegal defense by Hall, taking that one out. Not the way it goes.
All tied up at 27. Quarter number 2, 2.5 to go in the first half. Grand final, 2025. Hall getting in there, Cowling, reaching in, called for the foul.
It says something about it afterwards. Hall comes up, has got something to say to the MC. Let's see if that doesn't get her dancing to a different beat.
Like what you did there, Keith.
I love that. We just gave each other the nod, eh?
Right, forget they can't see us at home. But look at the hands, and yeah, that feistiness. It is finals time.
Yeah, both teams starting to get a little agitated about the level of defense, the handsiness. But that whistle, you know, the referees never admit it, but it goes a little bit in the pocket. You're going to let these teams figure it out on the court. Michaela Cowling focused. She was hot early offensively, 13 points, but she has cooled down, hit 4 of her first 5. She's missed her last 3.
Hall making the second from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Now we've got some subs coming in on the make.
Bree Hall, she has really adapted her game as this season has gone along, stepped into more of a defensive specialist role, and then as she's developed that side, her offensive game has started to open up as well.
22-year-old 6'1" wing, WNBA draft pick.
Championship experience in the NCAA with South Carolina.
15-footer is good. And a foul on the box out, I believe. As Hank came through, she went down.
Looking like a PG out there.
I got her and Jess McDowell-White mixed up for a minute there.
I'm like, well, what is the action coming on this one? Is that an on-ball screen? You don't see that kind of activity for the 5 very often, but you mentioned earlier, Crystal, she's really comfortable coming out of the elbow. Is that count the shot, so possession afterwards? I think the foul was after the bucket went in. I'm not sure, was that before? I'm not really sure what's happening, but 29-29, so maybe not. I'm a little confused about the officiating at the moment.
Cowling. It didn't count, so Cowling, 2 open almost. Hall with the rebound.
That interior passing between Hank and Cowling again. I wouldn't mind seeing Hank get a little aggressive and just go up through that contact for the finish, though. She's got such great position there.
And so it did count, that bucket, obviously. Bree Hall picked up the foul.
Dale, nice shot on the little baseline there. Just finding space, moving without the ball. Always got that kinetic energy.
Dalton in the corner, strokes the 3.
And Rogers walked away from that. Maybe next time she might be closing out with a hand up. That's the way to teach that defense a lesson.
Taylor Dalton shooting the 3 ball at 21%, but is very experienced, had a successful college career, steps up into playoff time, feeling hot.
With McDowell-White just picks up the foul there. That's her second. A little bit of foul trouble for the 5. Cowling, McDowell, and Shearer and Dalton all sitting on 2 fouls. And if I'm Coach Donnie Bennett, I might be sitting 1 or 2 of those so they don't pick up number 3 in the first half.
5's lead is 1. Poked away by McDowell-White.
McKenna inbound.
Stays with the Pouākai. The 5, the defending champs, looking to go back-to-back. And the Pouākai looking for title number 1. Too strong. Rogers is there to clean it up. Shot clock single digits. Shortening right down to 4 now. Rogers just bumped as she went through, but it's going to be a Dale offensive rebound, a miss, and then a foul by McKenna Dale on Hannah Hank.
She picks up 10th rebound there. For her and Snyder, both double digits already. 6 shots for Hank so far, 6 points in total. Not yet in the bonus are the Phi after that Pouākai foul.
You can tell the Phi are locked in on their scout and they're prepared well because they're jumping to screens before they're even set.
It's Dale's second foul.
The only Pouākai player with 2 fouls or more.
This pace is a lot slower. These 2 teams score in the 80s. Pouākai score almost 90 a game. Cowling. That comes off Taylor Dalton. 2 players down, including Dalton. And it will be Pouākai ball with 29.7 to go in this first half.
See the Whai on that set, keep going back to that Spanish action. They're really pounding it. It's worked a few times. They're going straight back to it. But it's the spacing on the floor. When they get that right, that's when their sets look good.
And for the layman out there, the Spanish action is after an all-ball screen. There's another screening action between a big and a guard, either an up screen for the big coming down or a down screen for that guard, giving that ball handler a lot of options. And right now, the Pouākai are getting a little switched up. They're not quite sure when to switch, when to stay with their person.
Circle, right? Marina, you're here. Bree, you're here. Taylor, you're here. If they're in zone, stay space, pass, look to attack straight away. The man-to-man, two-man game, back to the top to Morgan. Middle almost screen. If then a show, messy pass, let go of the ball, okay. Defensively, no fouls. Don't bail them out here, okay, right? One solid possession on offense, one solid possession on defense. 15 or 15 circle, okay. So if they're in zone, pass, cut. Let's go.
Pouākai down one. Alex Stojakovic imploring his team to finish strong. 29.7 to go in this first half. Pouākai shooting just 27% from the floor.
We heard him say he wants a messy pass. If they show, that means they want to get it out of the on-ball screen quick. If they're in man and they show, let's see if they do that.
Here's Hall. Whitaker to the left.
Look, normally not a bad shot, but in finals time, I might just kick it on a little bit more, be a bit more selective as we come down 5 seconds left.
Dalton. Schneider to finish the half. Great rebound, but just not enough from Schneider, who picks up yet another board for Lena Schneider. That's 12 now in the first half, and it is grand final basketball, people. It is low scoring, it is grindy, it is everything you expect with a championship on the line. We'll take a break here at halftime. The Whai with Lena Schneider walking off with a 32-31. Let's hear from Taylor Johnson.
Look, this is a tough battle out there. It's very close. What do you guys need to do to try and get on top of the Whai?
I think just finish possessions, don't let them get any O boards, and then just keep the ball moving offensively, keep attacking, don't settle.
Defensively, what more do you need to do to stop them? Because at the moment, they've doubled your points in the paint.
Obviously, just keep them out of the paint, keep the paint packed, and then hopefully get them to kick out to the non-shooters and then contest late.
All the best.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Now I'll bring in Hannah Hank. Hannah, it's a really tough contest. You guys got off to a really good start, and then you allowed them to creep back in. Where do you think they got back into the game?
Yeah, I think just letting them get their shots too easy in spots that they want them, so we want to continue to make life hard for them and, yeah, force them into contested middies and things like that. But, yeah, I also think just finishing off possessions, make sure we crash the boards and hit bodies will be huge in the second half.
Good luck. Can't wait to see it.
Thanks.
Back to you, Miles.
Hank and Schneider have 22 rebounds between them. The Pouākai as a team have 26. They are unable to stop the Whai in the paint, but they're doing a pretty good job. They hang around at halftime. We'll take a break, and then we'll come. It's an arm wrestle at halftime, and it's the Whai with a solitary 1-point lead. Low scoring and grinding, 32-31. Visitors lead, looking to have another title to their organisation as the Pouākai are looking for their first. Cowles Stadium, given an entertaining yet low scoring game. That is a game that you expect in a championship final. Halftime here, 32-31. And Casey Frank, Crystal Ledger Walker. We'll go with you, Casey, first. This is kind of what you expect.
Yeah, this is finals basketball. The grind comes down, the physicality lifts, becomes that much harder to execute in space because there is no space. Both teams right now have done a good job of counterpunching, though. They've taken some big shots early. They've stayed in the game. Neither team really imposing their will on the game yet. Let's see in the second half if one team's able to really get their identity going, because right now both sides are being muddled by defense, Crystal.
Yeah, we've heard them speak a lot about identity, them focusing on themselves, them all week, focusing on their weaknesses, where they can plug holes, things like that. So you will see what adjustments these coaches can make, because they do know each other so well.
Well, how about Emma Rogers coming off the pine and giving an instant impact, hit the big triple, driving to the cup, putting pressure on that back line of defense, and active hands as well. Still just 17 years old, having such an impact on the game.
Yeah, one thing Alex Stojkovic loves about her, not just that confidence, but is that assist-to-turnover ratio. She's also safe with the ball and makes great decisions.
Well, Michaela Cowling, the vet, proving her worth to begin the game for the Whai.
Yeah, 13 points for Cowling. Gavadov got to a hot start, 4 of 5 early, 0 of 5 since then.
One thing to keep note of Cowling, though, she is sitting on those 2 fouls, and a few Whai players are in some foul trouble, so they'll want to come out very disciplined to start this second half.
Well, you can look at the stats there, thanks to the Chemist Warehouse. The Pouākai had a real problem trying to actually get the ball into the bucket from inside the three-point line. Eventually got their way, but at the moment, the Whai are doing a really good job on the Pouākai's leading scorer. They're holding Marina Whittle to just 1 of 12 from the floor. She'll have more to say, no doubt, in the second half. We'll come back after the break with the Whai with a 1-point lead.
Having with a question.
no more hukama. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium for the grand final of Tauihi, and it is too close to call right now. 32-31 currently to the reigning champions, the Whai. Michaela Cowling, while she is the hottest scorer at the moment, Snyder's all over the boards. Whittle, she's yet to come alive, but I think maybe that half-time break might see the Pouākai back in this. But if I was the Pouākai, I'll be stoked to only be down by 1, considering the stats that the Whai are leading at the moment. But it is a really good atmosphere in here. All the Pouākai supporters are hoping for their first ever title. The Whai supporters, there are a few of them here. They're thinking these ladies can go back to back. Casey Frank, Andrew Mulligan and Crystal Ledger-Walker. Where do you see it going?
That's a very good question, Taylor. It is, as you say, so even, so tight. But I just feel as though the Pouākai don't have a lot of answers for the physicality and the rebounding prowess of Hank and Snyder at the moment. But they're still waiting for Marina Whittle to get going, and you know she's coming. That is for sure.
Yeah, Marina Whittle has been on a lot of big stages, has a lot of experience playing international ball. She absolutely can go off in the 3-on-3 game, which is a short one, so she doesn't need much time to get going, but it will be really needed in going into this third quarter. Yeah,
and the thing about Whittle is she's got that confidence. She's not going to be dissuaded by a 1-for-12 halftime start. You know, she's still going to look for a shot. She's got that goldfish memory that you have to have as a scorer. She's going to keep it going. When I'm looking at the Whai, I'd like to see Emmy Shearer get going offensively, and I'd like to see Jess McDowell-White get more involved. Those two players so far have combined for 6 points and 3 of 14 shooting, just 3 rebounds. Yes, McDowell-White has 7 assists, really doing a nice job there, but I think if she lifts her offensive influence, it can really shift the defensive concentration of this Pouākai side.
Third quarter underway of the grand final. 2025 Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. That is a good start to the game for the Pouākai. Marcel getting free and knocking down the J.
10 points for her now, one of the few players that's getting loose. Probably the only player who's shooting with some efficiency at 4 for 6 from the field.
Nice hands from Hannah Hank to be able to get that out, but it's an empty possession to start the game.
Tough day for Snyder, just can't find that range. Good look for her, but if those don't start dropping, she might start second guessing it.
Here's Hall. Whitaker knocking down a 3.
It's good from Whitaker. She has that range. We saw her airball one earlier in the game, but that goldfish memory, Casey, you're talking about, she has it as well.
That's probably one I'm going to give up if I'm the Whai. I'm more worried about Hall on the attack. As you see a nice little bucket there in the mid-range for McDowell-White. But you're going to have to pick your poison. You can't take away everything. If then Whitaker starts to hit shots, you might have to start thinking about taking away that.
It was a long 2 by Whitaker, who gives it back to Hall. Pouākai looking to extend the lead. Snyder looking to push. That's what we like about Lena Schneider's game. She will go once she rips the board. And there it is. Just catching the Pouākai on their heels in trans.
She's just not getting these little bunnies to drop right now. She had the smaller Jaeger. Would have loved to see her come to a 2-foot stop, use that size and finish that bucket off. But good to see her staying aggressive and getting herself to this Chemist Warehouse free throw line where hopefully she can see it go down.
And what I love from a player with that kind of rebounding prowess, 13 boards and the ability to grab and go, initiate that offense. See how difficult it is to guard. Nobody knew how to match up. Got all the way to the front of the rim before she found any defensive attention.
Snyder, 0 for 5, 13 boards. Gets the roll on the second from the Chemist Warehouse strike.
First couple of points in the game.
Take the lead back, 36-35. Whitaker sees the cutter. Falls to Whittle.
Oh, don't leave her. That is not the one. You run into other players. Worry about the ball, especially when it's Whittle. Despite her being 1 for 13, she's dangerous.
Pull up, McDowell-White, front of the rim.
Jess McDowell-White usually really good in that pull-up range. Just short today. Whittle with a good find.
That 3 is good again from Mikesell. She's got 13.
Absolutely pure shooter. Third 3 for her in this one.
All about that pass, though. Find her on the weak side. Good hustle by McDowell-White to get back into it. But it doesn't matter. Mikesell's got her eye in.
Another Pouākai possession here is Hall.
Charge!
Offensive foul into the chest of Snyder.
Oh, my.
That's an unlucky call.
I mean, good defense by Snyder, hustles to get back into it, and she was displaced a bit, but I don't think that's a charge. I just think that's basketball. I guess from that angle, you can see she sort of lets that elbow out a bit, but to me, that's just a good bucket.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was in her cylinder.
Snyder, no, stroking that three. That's her first field goal. She's got 5.
It's like so many players, you get to the free throw line, get that eye in, a couple things drop, suddenly she's got the range out to 3, while the Phi were trying to work that mismatch with Michaela Cowling in the post.
Jaeger. Here's nice dish, but broken up again.
Cowling, great hand.
Snyder looking up ahead and finding the and one for Emmy Shearer. Getting free again.
With that bucket, sorry, Miles, that's her 4th point of the game. All of her points have come in transition and doing things just like that. She's so long, has that length, is able to draw that foul. But right now, she's just feasting in trance.
And just that one runner, it can make such a difference. You don't have to have all 5 going every time, but if you're going to leak out, occasionally you'll get that one, keeps the defense honest. Bad foul by Jaeger there. If you're going to foul early. Don't let her get the bucket. Instead, worst of both worlds, came in late, let her have the and one, and now the Phi starting to build a little bit of momentum.
This is the and one. She's an 84% free throw shooter. Meixel looking for a heat check.
He's looking for that shot.
Here comes Snyder again. They pick her up at half court. Shearer operating with Snyder on the wing. Tucks it. Gets the roll.
In their semi-final game, Emmy Shearer exploded in the 3rd quarter with 13 points. We might be starting to see a little bit of a trend here as well.
Yeah, big possession here for the Pouākai. Where do they go for the answer after a few 5 buckets?
They had a lead of 8 in the 1st quarter. That was the biggest lead.
Great D, Hank. Shot clock still in 1.
Need to get it up. Turnover. Phi defense to the 4.
Look at that bench. Get up, get amongst it. Defense travels, their energy travels. That is an energy play from Hannah Hank for the Phi.
And really impressive. First, she was matched up on a guard out there, shuffling on Whittle, side to side, really having to move those feet. And then a little confusion, comes up in the switch late to get that block on Hall when her and Cowling came together. I mean, that kind of versatility out of your center defensively, such a bonus. And she is playing fantastically. 10 rebounds, 6 points, and this defensive impact as well.
Hank. Cornette Whitaker. 6 to shoot. Good defense, Charlotte Whitaker.
Bit of contact goes whistle doesn't get blown though. Got to stay with it.
Meixel. Whitaker tracks down the board. Hall. Bangs down the 3.
Well, we're trying to figure out who's going to step up for this Pouākai squad. It's been Meixel, she's up to 13, but now Hall up to 10 on 6 shots, and both of them doing from deep, stretching that defense, changing the gravity of the court.
McDowell White tries to rip it off Hall. Possession arrow, which way is it going? And it will stay with the Phi. Good hands from McDowell White.
I love that little hip toss where she chucks Sylvie Hall and doesn't even look at her afterwards. That's quality. But that shot you mentioned earlier, that's one, if she's dropping, it changes the complexion of this game, Crystal.
Yeah, she's so good out of the pick and roll, making the right reads, taking the right shots. Unfortunately, that floater isn't going right now, but she's a heads-up player, gets it back.
Speaking of heads up, great action off the inbounds. Michaela Cowling gets the bucket.
First bucket since the 1st quarter, up to 15 now.
Phi lead at 4. Whitaker looking for the handoff. Hall. Rogers is off. McDowell White. McAndrew, she can stroke it from downtown. Empty on that one. Here comes McKenna Dale. Tipped. Cowling with it. One-handed pass, a bullet to the other end. Emmy Shearer again.
Man, cut it out. Michaela Cowling can do it all, and Emmy Shearer, the quickness out of the blocks.
Well, it goes along with it. Look at this, right into your living room. Beautiful pass. Shearer gets it in stride, drops it home. Michaela Cowles, keep that up. You might be playing on Sundays. Rifle. That's a frozen rope right into the pocket.
If Lecandro is on, cross for Charlotte. If Hank is on, cross for Marina. Okay, right? Yeah, does it make sense? Cross first possession. Defense, we gotta get back, gotta look after the ball. Can't turn it over right now. Come on, gotta be disciplined. We're right in this game. Be disciplined, be focused on offense, okay? Go 54 after this, 54. Elbow entry into zooms, either side, okay? Elbow entry into zooms. Keep the ball moving. Hey, we're good. Hey, play with confidence. Good shot. Okay, let's go. Come on.
Hey, everybody change your place. Take your energy right now.
Get your Sal's NBR Steel combo for $35. Use that QR code. Champion 2025 is the online code. And he just pointed it out to me in that timeout, Casey Friend. Jess McDowell-White with it on a string.
Yeah, 9 assists so far, really picking apart the defense. But hearing that chat inside that huddle, what do you think about that, Crystal? We'll get to after this. Let's go to Taylor first, who was listening to the 5. Oh, sorry, never mind. To nothing from Taylor. But Crystal, that chat there, change your energy, change your attitude, change the faces. That body language of the Pouākai, not really where you want it to be, despite just being down 6.
Yeah, and what I also love about that is it came from a player. It's being player-led. They want that response, that body language to lift, their energy to improve. Man, they're so close, just like we see there.
Rogers taking out Emmy Shearer. Well, look at that pass from Cowles, and we've seen Schneider do it as well, but shout out to Emmy Shearer. She knows you run that lane, they will find you, and she has got that quickness, that leak-out ability.
What I do like about Emmy Shearer as well is she lets the game come to her. She has the ability to go score at will, but she will wait and take the right reads, keep the game flowing for the 5.
Schneider's got the ball in hand. 15 rebounds for her. She is dominating the glass.
Shearer to the cuff, puts it in. She's got double figures. She's at 10 now.
Starting to get in the danger zone here for the Pouākai. They need to find a little bit of stiffness defensively and something offensively. Look how it just goes around the perimeter. Not a ton of penetrations. That's forcing the 5 into rotation. Certainly not enough to get it back to an even level score right now.
Shearer just picked up her 3rd foul.
And that's concerning for the 5. Michaela Cowles checks back in, who's also on 2 fouls, as is Jess McDowell-White and Taylor Dalton. For the Pouākai, 2 fouls for Rogers, 2 fouls for Yeager, and 2 fouls for Dale.
Under 5 to shoot. Oh, that's a much-needed 3 from McKenna Dale.
Still doing it without penetration. That's almost a bit of a prayer answered late. McKenna Dale flows it up. Not really forcing the 5 defense into rotation just yet. Maybe that 3-point shot will unbalance the court.
51 shot attempts for both teams. The Pouākai just 15 makes, 29%. The 5 shooting 39% in this game, with 3:18 to go in the grand finals 3rd quarter.
McKenna Dale was a real difference maker off the bench for the Pouākai in their semi-final. Had a lot of glue-like plays, kept your team in the game in key moments.
Dalton hit one in the corner in the first half. Schneider, as Hank went down. Inadvertent buzzer, they play on.
Oh, that's a travel.
And that is a travel called by the Buttercard referee, Emma Rogers with the turnover.
That's just a great scout recognition from Taylor Dalton. She knew Emma Rogers favors that left hand, jump to the spot, forced her to do something different.
Under 3 to go in the 3rd. Cowles fouled.
Yeah, with this 3 minutes left, if I'm the 5, I'm trying to put the foot down right now. At the moment, you've got the foot on the neck. You can do a lot of things. They're in the bonus now with that foul. I'd be attacking the rim. I'd really be lifting this pace. The energy has been sucked out from the crowd. They're not really fueling the Pouākai right now. And I just don't get that sense from the Pouākai that they feel like in the moment this is their game. This is a chance for me, if I'm the road team, to put this bad boy away early at the end of the 3rd quarter, create some distance between me and them.
Cowling, it runs out for her. She's an 80% foul shooter, Michaela Cowling. 3 of 5 this afternoon in the grand final. Second shot attempt from the Chemist Warehouse stripe is good.
She hasn't been to the free throw line often this season, attempting only 5 coming in to this final game.
Whai shooting 82% coming into the game, just 67% so far in this one.
Just 5 free throw attempts. That's wild for a player like Michaela Cowling.
No, just enjoying it. It just doesn't look smooth right now. This Pouākai squad, all that confidence they've had the last couple of weeks, it's been zapped.
Yeah, they need to start getting some defensive stops, some things that gets this crowd up and going.
And so Taylor Dalton with it. Cowling shaping on the 3, using that Hannah Hank screen that looked like it was moving.
Alex agreed. Michaela Cowling now with 18.
Whittle on the challenge, Michaela Cowling.
Oh, that's got to be a block.
Blocking foul.
They call the charge?
I just missed what the signal was.
Is that McCallie? If that's on Cowling, that's her 3rd. I did not think that was a charge.
Well, you can tell me, both of you, Crystal, like she didn't have the opportunity to land.
Yeah, I'm saying landing space. She barely, it's like a blind side kind of wall you run into. Morgan Yeager's feet were set, but yeah, you're right, that landing space, she turns, she can't collect herself before she sees Yeager, to me, on that.
She gets a dribble in, I guess. It's I guess you're calling that a dribble, but to me, that's at best a play on.
Well, no matter what, Cowling's got 3. 3 ball in the corner. Schneider again, another rebound. Guys, she's got 17 boards.
She is eating up the glass. Dalton with the drive.
Taylor Dalton adding that punch off the bench. 5 for her.
Is she a English major? Because there's a little bit of Bill Spakeshare spin on that backboard.
Schneider with a steal. Schneider with a bucket. That's her second field goal rather. She's got 7. Timeout Pouākai. It's a 12-point Whai lead.
This is that breathing space you were talking about, Casey. They've just started to really put the nail into the coffin and how they're playing this 3rd quarter and really extending this lead. But it's Snyder for me, doing the work on the glass and getting out in those lanes.
It was only 30 seconds to go. But in the last 30 seconds, they've stretched this lead to 12. Man, have they reached it. And it's been Snyder, it's been Cowling, but it's also been Emmy Shear, who has been playing so well. 10 points, leaking out in transition, and forcing the Pouākai to go away from things on defensively. Started with that block. That got her going, and that got the Whai going as well. They've got 5 blocks on the day. Here's some of that activity in transition, just running the lane, doing your job. Maybe the jumper's not falling, but you can create things other ways with your energy, with your enthusiasm, and by stretching that deep.
And guys, Emmy Shearer, yeah, been superb. But Marina Whittle, she's 1 for 14. She averages over 20 a game. She's only got 3 points. Yeah, she's got 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. The Pouākai need her now.
Yeah, they do. They've got a lot of depth. We've spoken about it, a lot of individuals that can go off. But Marina Whittle has been the one to stand up in big moments, has been the one to really rally this crowd behind them. The way her and Yeager can get the crowd going from their highlight-type plays, they need some more of those. And one right now would really help.
You know what I'm concerned about that 1 for 14 is she's only taken 2 shots in the 3rd quarter.
Let's go to Taylor Johnson.
Man, that Whai bench is making more noise than the entire Cowles Stadium. But I'll tell you what was funny. Coach Tane said, let's find that moment that changes the game, get the momentum, and let's be relentless. That was the call. Let's just eat them up from here. They're so confident. They were beaming. They were chest bumping each other. Can't wait to see how they react to this.
A much-needed 3-pointer out of that Pouākai timeout from McKenna Dale.
Love that action there. Great screens by Hank, coming out really deliberate, looking to get into that high home ball, forcing him into rotation, and a good pass to finish it.
Yeah, you said it. Great fundamentals, especially around that screening action. She sprints to the spot. She gets her feet set. On that one, Emma Rogers actually gave her a little hug to try and get around. She's that strong.
Yeah, it's going to take more than a little hug. Remember Rogers to slow down Hannah Hank, because that's not quite in the same weight class there. But Pouākai are fighting, but you could just feel that it's a little Sisyphean. They're just pushing that rock up the hill, and it just keeps on rolling past them. They don't have a way to keep it up top now.
To me, this Whai squad just seems so together as one unit. The Pouākai still just that individual flair.
Coming up on a minute to go in this third quarter. 10 is the lead. Pouākai looking to cut into it, and they do. Excellent work from McKenna Dale.
Like that read from her, the baseline was cleared out, no help side, easy drive.
Three ball is good though.
Big shot there, coming off the bench and hitting one. We were talking about Emmy Shearer, but it's not Emmy Shearer there.
Missing that three.
McKenna Dale, 10 points, is still to hit, sorry, has 2 threes from outside.
Here's McDowell White, 10 assists for her. Can she get a bucket? She can off the glass. She's got 8 points.
Great hostage dribble out of that pick and roll, and what a way to end the quarter for the Whai with a little bit of momentum under them.
It's the biggest lead of the game for the Whai, and they're in control after 3 quarters. 10 minutes left in the season. What do the Pouākai have? Their season on the line, and the Whai, the defending champs, in control. Welcome back. 10 minutes for the Pouākai to get back in this game. Coach Alex Stojkovic with us. Coach, how do you get your team back in the game for this one?
Well, I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle, but we're going to take it one possession at a time, try to get it down to 5 with 5 minutes to go. That's the goal right now.
Well, 13 points. We haven't seen defensively you've been impacting things. How can you slow down the Whai on that end?
Sorry, I can't hear you, sorry.
What is the best strategy for you to slow down the Whai, who are looking more comfortable at the end of that third quarter?
Well, we've got to match the physicality. Right now, we're not aggressive enough on defense. We're making their lives too easy, but it starts by turning the ball over.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck. Elena Schneider there, 19 rebounds on that Pouākai miss to start this fourth quarter, the championship quarter. 13 is the lead. Whai with the ball, looking to extend it. McDowell White looking to score on that shot. 10 assists for her.
That's a good read by Bree Hall to go under that screen. Jess McDowell White struggling with that jump shot, forces her to take it there. Not a bad decision by the Pouākai defensively.
Taylor Johnson's with a sideline.
Tane Bennett said he wants one thing, and that is to play simple. Keep stretching the floor, looking for the fast break opportunities, but I love what he said here. His last words were, we've got them on the ropes, let's go for the knockout.
It is a afternoon to forget from Marina Whittle so far. Picking up the personal foul there on the offensive charge.
Come on.
1 for 14.
Oh, come on, Hannah Hank. There's no sniper in here. You're too big to go down like that from a Whittle drive. She baits the officials into a call, gets good position, sells it, gets it going the other way. You got to give her respect for that.
Absolutely do. If there's one person that knows the refs, it's Hannah Hank. She's attempted the most free throws this season, over 90.
Cowling sticks the jumper.
How comfortable do they look right now? The
So
five.
pretty.
They're just unperturbed by anything. Nothing is getting them off their game here in the second half.
20 now for Michaela Cowling. Nice look. Left behind. Whittle. And that'll feel good off the hand for Marina Whittle.
Just the second bucket of the ball game. 2 for 15 now.
The last thing the Phi need is for Whittle to get hot. Cowling, left hand, pretty.
You know she's feeling good. Same foot, same hand, doesn't need much time. Gets that up. Michaela Cowling, 22 and rolling.
And she understands time and place. She came out in that first half and was really aggressive. Got the Phi going in the right foot. And now here in the fourth quarter, she feels it's game-winning time. She's doing the same thing, imposing her will on the offensive end.
11 rebounds for Hannah Hank. She wants it up high on Whitaker. Looking to face up. Finds Shearer. Shearer. Oh, Emmy Shearer and 1. 12 for her.
Just love the spacing that the Phi is playing with and the timing. Emmy Shearer shot out of that corner like a cannon, came off with the intention to turn and go. Look at that, keeps that defense on her side, outside her body. Beautiful take.
And it's good play call. It's good recognition of personnel. Charlotte Whitaker doesn't want to step up and show hard on that. She's in those drops, giving Shearer the opportunity to turn that core. Well played. A 17-point lead. It's getting to desperation time, but I don't see desperation energy from the Pouākai right now. And can I just mention that Lena Snyder's got 19 rebounds? That's only 2 away from that Tauihi record.
Don't forget her 6 assists as well. She's putting together the complete package.
And her 3 steals and a block. Can't believe you're focusing just on the rebounds, Casey.
I think there's a partridge in a pear tree somewhere too.
Ball staying with the home team here. Cowles Stadium, used to success over the last few years with the Canterbury Rams. Going back-to-back in 23 and 24, and the sales are going to be out. Pouākai looking to get a banner up there. And now it's just an absolute uphill battle as McDowell White with the steal, and she has 10 now. 10 points, 10 assists, and it's panic stations for the Pouākai. They call timeout. It's a 20-point Phi lead.
Well, obviously a difficult situation for the Pouākai, but it's not impossible. 20 points down, you can find a way to make some inroads. You got to do it, got to get it about 10 in about 4 minutes. But the answer right now is about energy, and I don't know where this team finds it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, the fight. I'm sure we'll hear Alex ask for it here.
You got to play with some confidence. Offense, let's go 14 here, 14, right? You and Marina or you and McKenna, I don't mind either way. 14, get the ball, look to be aggressive. Go 2-man game with T coming off the corner, right? Hey, listen, we got to go 1 possession at a time. Get 1 score, 1 stop, 1 score, 1 stop. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to quit. Don't quit. You got to fight right now. Fight. Let's go. Come on.
This is it. 7:40 to go. And it's the kind of timeout you expect from a coach like Alex Stojkovic. Runs the play, then just plays on the emotions. Where are they? Where are their heads at?
I don't even like hearing that quit word. If you're a coach who's got to say that in a final in the fourth quarter, there's something's not connecting on your squad right now. Regardless of the fact that that's the right energy, I'd like to hear something else.
What are they saying in that Phi timeout, Taylor?
Well, Tane said he loved the confidence, but let's not remember the game is not over. He knows just how quickly people like Jaeger can score and Whittle. So he says, let's still give them the respect that they need. But what he wants this team to focus on purely for the next 2 minutes is defensive boards. No second chance opportunities for the Pouākai. He does not want them to get back into this game, Miles.
It was a nervy start for these two teams. Multiple turnovers in the first quarter, just the 9th one there for the Phi since. And Michaela Cowling, again, another empty Pouākai possession out of a timeout.
And I don't like that play. You know what? No real movement of the basketball. Just a quick handoff and shot. Yes, Mike still can get hot, but you still need to make this defense work.
Scherer, Schneider for three. Bangs down there, 10 points for her to go along with her 19 rebounds and 6 assists.
You're speaking about that defensive work. The Phi just really playing the time game right now. Work that clock till 8. Beautiful dime by Whittle to Whitaker inside.
That's the best action in the second half for the Pouākai. That's the first real offense that we've seen manipulate the defense a bit.
And Hannah Hank just taking matters into her own hands, going at Whitaker. And Whitaker will pick up her 3rd foul.
Tough position for the Pouākai. Sometimes you're on the wrong end of that avalanche. Things just start coming at you. And you don't have time to think, you don't have time to react, and then suddenly you find yourself, you know, it was 4 minutes ago they were down 4 points. It was not that long ago, suddenly down 21, and they're just reeling, searching for those answers. They still might be able to come, but if they don't come quickly, we are going to crown back-to-back champions in the Phi.
Alex Stojkovic asked for that one stop, one possession score. He's looking at those little moments for this game for them to chip away and get back in it.
Hank moves to 8. She's got 12 boards herself. Whittle looking to get going. Again, she misses. She's 2 for 17. And this is a player who's in the All-Star 5 for the Pouākai. It is not the day to have a 2 for 17 game for your team. Hank looking for the handoff. Cowling, uncontested, too strong though. Marksdale with the rebound. And a foul on the drive. Little wants the N1. And it will be side ball for the Pouākai.
Marina Whittle's so versatile. She can play 1 through 5, really. Take any guard off the dribble, any big off the dribble. And just there we see she can pass as well.
Dale, hounded by Cowling. Snyder.
Board number 20.
Yeah, Tauihi record is 21. I get a feeling she might just break it here. Trying to search for something in her bag. Comes away with nothing, so hands it off as Dalton as Hank fell down in the key and a foul called.
Yeah, I thought Charlotte Whitaker got impeded there when Hank hit the floor because they were tussling. And I thought there might have been a little bit of a foul there because they forced her into it, but that's not what the whistle's going to be. Take another look at that action. Look at Hank and Whitaker just fighting inside, and then she trips, and then Whitaker sort of gets tripped into Dalton. But not enough on that second look to be anything but Dalton free throws.
Taylor Dalton has done a great job of coming off the bench. You said it earlier, with energy, but she's made some great impactful plays. Nothing was happening there. Went and play made something happen, added some more points to this board.
When you think about this Phi team with a 24-point lead, there was a very, very even season between the top 4 teams. The Kahu with a season to forget. This is a Phi team that hit the 4th spot by virtue of one single bucket against the Hoihol, who had to travel to Christchurch last Sunday, 7 days ago, to play their semi-final. The Hoihol finishing just above the Phi. And the Phi took care of business on the road against the Queens. And now against the Pouākai here, they're going to most likely go and win the title with 5:09 to go, coming from the 4th spot on the ladder. Great look to Dalton in deep, kicks it out. Kenny Somek pulls the trigger and knocks it down.
It's just looking like the Phi's day. It is just all coming up pink.
That was great ball movement. Everyone got a touch. McKenna Dale really trying everything she can right now, but the Phi, they just look so together, so cohesive, especially offensively.
There's a sting in the tail of this team from Tauranga, who have come into this grand final, come into a Pouākai team's home venue, Cowles. It's got a terrible reputation for visiting teams. It is an absolute cauldron in there for the men's and the women's leagues in Aotearoa, and they have had no answers to Pouākai.
Getting a little chippy on the sideline as well. Timeout here as they discuss things. A 25-point deficit. I mean, for the Phi, it's just all about smart basketball. Take care of things, slow down the pace, and they'll be walking out, flying home with a trophy.
(80-55), the Phi with his 25-point lead. 4:45 to go. And are you stunned by this game, Crystal Ledger Walker?
I mean, I did not expect the Pouākai to come out and have 55 points halfway through this fourth quarter. They have a team that have shooters all over the floor. It is surprising to me that not one of them has really found their stroke and got hot throughout this game. But the Phi, they have locked them down defensively, and I did expect the Phi to be locked in on their scalp.
Well, you can have just say as to who you think will be the game MVP on the Good Health poll. Use that QR code and get your votes in. And I'll tell you what, you'd be hard-pressed to find a Pouākai player winning that after the end of this game. It has been all fight.
Those early votes, a lot of Pouākai. We got some Christchurch faithful, but that is not the way this game is going. There has been a fantastic performance by this Phi team. Some really impressive scoring performance by Cowling, rebounding by Snyder, but it's not done because the defense keeps on trucking.
That is her third steal. That's just a killer out of a timeout on the inbounds. And then Dalton has it blocked. Whittle the other way, going into the chest of Lacandro. And Marina Whittle will head to the line to shoot two.
And not a lot of time left, but it's still possible. Look, you can get hot, 4:24. If you pick up the pace, I'd like to see some pressure up the court here, really force the Phi to swing that ball side to side, but you have to sell out. There has to be every ounce of energy that's left in your body has to be left on the court from here on out.
And all 5 of these Pouākai players have to come with that energy, bring that intensity, because even Marina Whittle, as good as she is not going to be able to do this alone. She's going to need the support. They're going to need some stops down this last stretch.
Good on the second.
You see the energy picked up, the Phi playing a little bit of keep away, not really initiating offense till about 10 seconds left. Cowling tries to put a cherry on top of that sundae, but the door stays open for the Pouākai.
Can it get an and one? We can.
Former teammate Morgan Yeager goes straight at Jade Kirasome, goes and gets a bucket down the middle of the floor, gets it with the little jab. Look at the ball placement there. Away from the defense, outside of their reach. Morgan Yeager showing us everything she's been working on in her bag.
Misses the second. Nice give. Beautiful work, Lena Snyder. 12 points for her, 20 rebounds. That's right, 20 rebounds.
You could just see how discombobulated this Pouākai defense is as Yeager hits that shot, but no help side coming over that last possession. They're so spread out, they're focused in. The Phi have really got them thinking twice about their responsibilities.
Cowling for three. Michaela Cowling from downtown. She's got 25 in the grand final.
Just stop it. Emmy Shearer actually had 3 players on her as she went along that baseline, still able to find her teammate Whittle with some hang time.
Well, it stops the clock, allows the Pouākai to set their defense and get something going. All things that the Pouākai need to have. But of course, from this point on, this is all about the Phi. Take care of the basketball, and they go home champions. How about Cowling? A season high 25 points in the title game. Previous season high was 23 a few weeks ago against the Queens. Had that just firepower of a game in the semifinal where she found that range from deep and helped drag the Phi back. And she has built on that performance here in the final. 25 points on 53% shooting.
Shearer dribbling through. Cowling chased off the three-point line. Pull up. Loves that shot. Rims out. Whittle. Whitaker goes down, and now with Bree Hall. She'll attack. McDowell White tries to tie her up. Excellent defense. McDowell White. 10 assists, 10 points for her. Snyder from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Lena Snyder, an MVP-like performance. 14 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists.
Not the midi on a semi-transition. She just said, all right, I'll take the 15-footer if you're going to keep backing up.
Whittle with the right hand, blows the layup. Marina Whittle, 2 for 19.
There's some superlative performances out there today. And the Pouākai, they've dropped their heads, they've dropped their energy. They can just feel the door has shut on them today.
And look at that, smiles all around. Lena Snyder, 20 rebounds, just in the mix. That has just been the story of the game. Lena Snyder has been relentless in the paint.
Her work ethic, just the consistent movement towards the glass, predicting when shots are going to go up, going after it, putting her body on the line.
Cowling with another 3, that's 28 for her. That's her 4th 3 of the game, and Cowles is silent.
Wait a minute, she's starting to make this an MVP race. We're gonna have some decisions to make here between Snyder and Cowling as she closes in on 30. You know, with Snyder, as we see Jaeger let that triple fly and hits that one to close the gap. But Snyder a year ago gave up so much of her game. This is a player who led the league in scoring and rebounding her first time around, went to the 5, thought that was going to continue. His stats to come off the bench, doesn't get the basketball at all, but wins a championship by sacrificing her game. Has come back this year, shown more of the player she's taught to be, but I think that mindset of sacrifice for your teammate, that's what's been really the epitome of this Phi team all season long.
To me, she's actually come back like a different player. Her body type has changed. She's in better shape, the way she's running the floor, the way she initiates the break, all of those little things. She went away over the off-season and figured out where she could slot into this team. And man, has she done a great job alongside the likes of Emmy Shearer, who just continues to put her name on the sheet.
The smile said, oh, they can taste it. Put that bubbly on ice. They're about to do some celebrating in that visiting locker room.
81 seconds away from back-to-back titles for the Tauranga Phi, and they empty the bench. The starters have done the mahi, and they have done what a lot of people thought was going to be very hard to do. Go into Cowles and beat the Pouākai in a grand final. They come from 4th on the ladder, and they are heading towards back-to-back titles.
Yeah, it's been an impressive season. Lena Snyder won't get that Tauihi rebounding record in the final. She'll come up just short with 14 points, 20 rebounds. But what a performance by this Phi squad today. Come in against a team that beat them only a few weeks ago and get their 3rd victory in this stadium this season. We talk about the cauldron. Well, for the Phi, it's looking like a hot tub. They are partying.
I tell you what, with the red uniforms, they wanted them to wear red. It's an infrared sauna. At the moment, they are cooking the Pouākai all game long.
Kuka can't get that one to fall. With just under a minute left, the celebrations have started in earnest in that corner over there at the top of the screen. But the hustle doesn't stop.
And what a moment for these bench players. Laura Kuka, Sophie Rogers. They get a chance to play in a grand final. Smiles and hugs all around on that Phi bench. Champions again, back to back. One of the most even seasons you'll see. Pouākai were 8-5. 3 other teams were 7-5.
Man, that's the story of the day. Just not enough efficiency for this Pouākai offense. We knew they were going to have to find ways to bend this Phi defense, the #1 offense against the #1 defense in the Phi. On the whole, they've made 10 threes, but they've done it on 30 shots. That volume, not what you need, not the level of efficiency if you want to get the win today, Crystal.
No, they needed to have a big shooting day. They needed someone to stand up. They couldn't. But I'm just liking seeing these Rogers sisters out against each other for different sides. Sophie Rogers got the bragging rights.
Do you like beating your sister there, Crystal?
Oh, the oldest always comes out on top.
And there it is.
The Pouākai, they couldn't do it. The Phi have done it. They are the 2025 Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa champions. They go back to back. What a performance by the Phi, 93-66. A dominant game. They set the tone early. They strangled the life out of the Pouākai's offense, who could barely fire a shot consistently in this grand final. And the Phi, led by the 28 points of Michaela Cowling and the relentless rebounding of Lena Schneider's 20 boards and 14 points, a huge double-double. Not to mention Jess McDowell-White's double-double of 10 points, 12 assists for her. And Emmy Shearer was sensational, 16 points, 7 and 14 from the floor. She ran, they found her, and this Phi team have repeated as champs.
Well, they won the title like they won most of the season by taking those 5 fingers, closing it, making a fist, and the collective power of this unit has proven time and time again just to be too strong. You didn't know who it was going to be. Was it going to be Cowling, McDowell, Shearer, Snyder, Hank? Well, a little bit of everybody. That was the answer. That's been the story of this team. They felt disrespected from the get-go. Didn't think they had enough respect as the defending champions. Well, they said, you know what? We don't need to get respect. We'll earn it. They earned it again today, and the title is theirs.
Yeah, they absolutely showed us what the standard of this league is. They are setting that standard. Tane Bennett able to carry on the winning ways for this Phi franchise. It's just so cool to see the joy. Look at it, the celebration, how together this team is. And to me, that was the difference of this game. Just this cohesiveness, just the fun they're having.
Just being connected as a unit. They talk about connection within teams, Crystal, and you just look at the body language and the way that they are at the moment. Sure, they won a grand final, they're champions again, but it's such a long way to go from the beginning of the season, and you just see the emotion right now as we go to Taylor Johnson, who's sideline at Cowles.
Thank you. It's only fitting that I have both of you guys because we were both there last year. Congratulations. For the first time ever, a team has gone back-to-back. Michaela, I mean, what is your first initial reaction to that?
I'm just so happy, so proud of this group. You know, Tane, Sunny, the whole staff, they work tirelessly. They lose their sleep to make sure that we're prepared. And this whole group right here, I'm so grateful for them.
Manny, you were dominating the boards. I mean, what is your mindset when you're going into every game? Body on the line, everything for this team?
Yeah, I mean, you control what you can control, and you can control the effort on the boards. And we knew that whoever controlled the boards controlled the tempo, and I wanted to control the tempo.
Yeah, dog, baby!
What was the difference, right? Because at halftime, you were only up by 1. And then the second half, you just absolutely blitzed them. You know, the commentary team were joking that this isn't a cauldron, it was a sauna, you were partying. What was the difference?
I think just staying to the game plan, making sure we knew we were connected, and just buying into to what Coach was talking about all season.
What has been so special about this team this year? Because you started off well, you had a little bit of a lull, and then you're right back up on top.
I think we just stick together, and the team has been the team since day one, and it's been special since we got here. And we knew that it was a good group, and it was just about putting it together on the court, and I think we've done that quite well.
Hell yeah. Yes.
I have to ask, does it feel just that little bit sweeter when you win against your old head coach that came down here to try and give them a ship, and then you said, hey, you shouldn't have left?
You know, this is our group right here. We're working hard every day. We're focused on what we have going on right now, so we're just very proud of our group.
What's next for you guys? Will we see you back in New Zealand? Can you give us some insight? I mean, we love to see it.
I want to be present right now and celebrate. We're the champs for now.
I love that you're keeping your lips sealed. And what's your celebration song? Because I saw before it was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Hunt Tricks, baby. That Hunt Tricks, that's what bonded us right there.
It was first night, MC got us all to come to the house for a movie night. That's it. And now we're Hunt Tricks.
I love it. Well, congratulations, ladies, and really enjoy the celebrations. You deserve it.
Thank you very much.
See you later. Back to you guys.
Excellent. Great work, Taylor. Thank you so much to Lena and Michaela for their time, because they get to celebrate with their team now. We have a presentation coming up. The FI are going to be crowned the 2025 champs one more time. The FI are champs, people. 93-66 full time at Cowles. Normal hoki mai, welcome back to Cowles Stadium, where the FI are going to be crowned champions for 2025. Let's get into the proceedings. Taylor Johnson.
Thank you. Welcome back to Tauihi Christchurch. We're about to commence the award ceremony for the 2025 GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa. Congratulations to both teams, the Pro Build Mainland Pouākai and the Northern Group Tauranga Whai. And now welcome GJ Gardner Homes Christchurch City South owner Nick Thompson to say a few words.
Great, thank you. Thanks for having me this afternoon. Look, GJs are extremely proud to be part of women's basketball and see it getting the exposure that it's getting today. At GJ Gardners, we've always had a passion for women in sport and giving back to the community. So this relationship with Tauihi has been fantastic for us. The season's delivered huge highlights and also given our young Kiwis the ability to showcase their skills on the national stage. So thank you very much, everyone. To our runners-up, Mainland Pouākai, well done, you never gave up. Absolute fantastic. And then to our winners, the Tauranga Whai, well done and congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you so much for the support of GJ Gardner Homes. I now welcome NBL Commission Chair Tracy Garland to say a few words and to also present the Bartercard game officials with their medals.
Thanks, Taylor. Thank you very much. What a great way to close out our 2025 GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa season. Basketball finals always give us great games, but more than that, it reminds us why this league is so important. I want to say a massive congratulations to the Northern Group Tauranga Whai. What a final, just incredible, amazing result. Pouākai, you had the home crowd, but just couldn't quite bring you there. But there's always next year, ladies. We'll see you in the final. One of the things that I want to thank is all the teams, coaches, staff, officials and volunteers. Without them, we wouldn't have the league that we have. The league just keeps lifting, and it's not by accident. It's a result of belief, hard work and collective commitment. Tauihi is proud to support women's basketball, women in sport in Aotearoa. When you put a group of women together and you give them opportunity, visibility, and you give them a high-performance environment, it really shows, and the impact is powerful, both on the court and in the communities. And they're creating generations of future ballers as we speak. I want to say congratulations to the Tokomanua Queens, who are our Sky Broadband Rapid League champions. The team up in Wellington with Walter and Rachel do an amazing job, and that's a really well-deserved title. As we close out the season, I want to say that everybody wants to remember that the technique that we have and the teams that we have and the sport that is so great, it's really important that we keep building on the future, because at the moment, the league is lifting, Tauihi basketball is growing, and we're building something really special together. Ngā mihi nui, and I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody that's contributed to the Tauihi 2025 season to make it so unforgettable. Thanks, Taylor.
Thank you so much, Tracy. I'll now like to invite up the Bartercard game officials for this afternoon's game. Crew Chief Callum Welsh, umpire Matt Bathurst, and umpire 2 Ryan Jones. A big thank you as well to all our Bartercard game officials for not only this game, but for the entire GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi basketball season. We wouldn't have games without them, and if you ever disagree with a call, pick up a whistle. We always need more referees. Now it is time to present the grand final MVP. I will get Tracy Garland to do that once more. And it's a big congratulations to Michaela Cowling from the Northern Group, Tauranga Whai. Stat line of 28 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists and 2 blocks. Third season in the competition. Let's hope we see a fourth. The GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Finals runner-up medalists will be presented by Belinda Edward from Basketball New Zealand as the Chief Executive. Our runners-up are, of course, your pro-built Mainland Pouākai. Please, a big round of applause for your home team. I'll get the team to come up, please, and get your medals, and I'll have a chat to McKenna Dale. While we wait for them to come up, a special thank you goes to our Tauihi valued partners. Your ongoing support helps continue to elevate women's basketball. To our naming rights partner, GJ Gardner Homes, who have been incredible supporters of the league since its inception. Our naming rights partner of Rapid League, Sky Broadband. Our naming rights partner of our officials, Bartercard. Our valued broadcast partner, Sky. Sal's Authentic New York Pizza. New Balance, Chemist Warehouse, Molten, R-Line, BNZ, 2 Degrees, and Girls Got Game, and Basketball New Zealand. McKenna, thank you so much for joining us, and commiserations on the loss. When you reflect on the season that you have had, what's your initial reaction?
I mean, we have a lot to be proud of. We obviously dealt with a lot of injuries and a lot of ups and downs, so just really proud of this team and how we stuck it through together to the end.
How good is this crowd? What would you like to say to the fans who have supported you week in and week out? And this is the first time that this team has made the grand final, so you still must be proud of that as well.
Yeah, just a huge thank you to the fans. You guys have showed up for us every game, day in, day out. So massive thank you. You guys have been incredible all season. We appreciate you a lot.
When we look to this game, look at halftime, it was neck and neck. They were only up by 1, and then the second half, they just ran away with it. What do you put that down to?
I mean, they're a good team. Nothing but respect for the Whai and for Tane. Some days the shots just don't go in, and at the end of the day, I think that hurt us a bit.
What would you like to say finally to your team?
I mean, they're not paying attention, but yeah, nothing but love for this team. I think we've gone through a lot together, and it's really brought us closer. So just massive thank you. Nothing but love.
Thanks, McKenna.
Yeah, thank you.
One more round of applause, please, for your very deserving finalists, the Pouākai. We now come to the ultimate award, which will be presented by GJ Gardner Homes Christchurch City South owner Nick Thompson. The GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Grand Finalist medalists are the Northern Group Tauranga Whai. If I could get you ladies to come through and collect your medals. Again, while the team receives their medals, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who made this season possible. The Tauihi franchises, the Hoiho, Kahu, Queens, Pouākai, Whai, our officials, volunteers, the league and BBNZ staff. A special thank you to the Pouākai, Caleb and Sarah for hosting an unforgettable grand final and creating such an amazing atmosphere. Jade, congratulations. The first team to go back-to-back. You've been a part of it for both years. I mean, what does that mean to you? It's such a cliche question, but you got to ask.
Yeah, I mean, it means everything to me. This club has such a great culture, and I think it's just really shown through these last 2 years. So just super grateful, super blessed, but credit to all our team and the hard work that's gone into it behind the scenes.
I can see it's such a great culture. I can see how much fun you're having, and the warm-up at half-time, just even straight after the whistle. You talk about good culture, people mention it, but what makes it so good? What are you guys doing? What's the secret sauce?
I think we genuinely enjoy each other's company. Like off the court, we're super close as well. Our motto this season has been to play with joy. Even in our locker room today, we have like joy written on the board and things like that. So at the end of the day, it's just reminding us like we love the game of basketball, we love each other's company, and it just shows on the court.
What was the game plan to get over the Pouākai? Because it wasn't just a narrow win. You guys had an emphatic grand final win to go back-to-back. So what worked?
Honestly, we worked really hard on Scout this week. We know they're a really good shooting team, so we had to defend the three-point line for sure. They've got a lot of great plays, so just locking into personnel as well. But ultimately, we were really focused on ourselves, and we knew if we played defense that this would be our game for sure.
Well, I'll let you go and celebrate with the team and go and get your hands on that pretty trophy.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. And finally, the biggest thank you goes to the fans. Our players may be the stars on the court, but you are the stars of our game. You've helped us grow girls and women's basketball, and you've shown all New Zealand that GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi is a competition where fans truly matter most. Your 2025 winners are the Tauranga Whai.
Yeah, the Whai celebrating hard at Cowles Stadium. Look at the joy on their faces as they raise the trophy. For the second time in 2 years, the Whai get the job done. Look, those smiles, they are absolutely beaming. You've been there in a moment like that, Crystal Ledger-Walker. The joy after the hard road to get to this point, it just must feel like an absolute relief.
Yeah, absolute relief for these guys. I mean, they were in this moment a year ago. They've been working tirelessly all the off-season, this pre-season, and then this quick Tauihi season. It's all led to this moment, and man, have they deserved it. They've absolutely put in the work to be here today and to get this dub.
And who also has put in the mahi today has been Taylor Johnson. We're going to squeeze more interviews out of her. Taylor.
That concludes the awards ceremony. A big congratulations to both finalists and to all those who participated in the 2025 GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Final Four. We would like to invite the crowd down to meet the players and get some signature. And the Tauranga Whai will also cut the net, but also a very big thank you to everyone who has joined us at home and to the sponsors. Without you, we would not have such a fantastic competition. And keep your eyes out for 2026, as we're always going to be bigger and better. We will see you then. Everyone here, please get home safely, and we'll go back to the commentary team to take us out.
93-66. A dominant performance from the Whai. Really shut down the Pouākai's ability to literally put the ball on the hoop at times. They were tight defensively. They got the job done. And from the Pouākai to come oh so close on their home floor and then just see them get taken apart by the Whai, who had an outstanding performance by MVP Michaela Cowling.
Michaela Cowling, fantastic. Jess McDowell-White, 10 points, 12 assists, really controlled that tempo. We mentioned Snyder several times, 14 points, 20 rebounds. Hannah Hank just missing the double-double, 8 points, 13 rebounds. But this was a collective. At different times, there was different people who got to step up and be the head of this formation. But it was game in, game out, a bunch of players doing their job and not caring who got the glory, not caring who got the buckets, but caring who got the win. And that's why they are the first back-to-back champion in Tauihi competition history.
Well, let's go down to Taylor Johnson, who very shortly will have Marina Whittle with her, man. It'll be disappointment for Marina. She was part of the All-Star 5 for this season, but just not the day to have a 2 for 19 shooting performance. Here's Marina and the Pouākai ready to do one last duty, and that is sign autographs for those crowd who have stayed after watching the Whai win the trophy.
Crystal, is it too early to talk three-peat?
Oh, never.
No, it is too early for three-peat, Casey. They've barely got their uniforms off. Still got the sweat going.
Got to start thinking about next year. No, they're living in the moment. They're enjoying this victory, and a fantastic job by them. A tough season, you know, a lot of games in a short amount of time. But the good thing is they get to go home and celebrate Christmas as champions.
Now Marina is with Taylor.
Thanks, Miles. Marina, look, gutting to come away like that. But you just said they're such a great team. I think, what do you think the difference was today between the two teams?
Yeah, really tough. They're a deep team. They were making their shots, and we weren't able to make our shots today. And you always have one of those games, and tonight just wasn't our night, unfortunately. And we fought back, tried to make a push, but yeah, it was just too late.
When you reflect back on the season, I mean, what are you going to cherish the most?
Definitely the community and the team. It's always about who you play with, not how far you go. Or championships are great, but it's your friendships that you make along the way. So definitely the girls and the community here in Christchurch.
For you personally, did you feel a bit targeted out there, considering, look, you were the top scorer and they didn't let you get going?
No, I couldn't get it going. Everything was tough for me today. But yeah, trying to score when you're getting like pressured like that is definitely the next challenge for me. So definitely felt the pressure. They scouted us very, very well.
Is there anything other than getting the ball in the hoop that you think you guys could have done differently?
Look, reflection and hindsight is 2020. Is that the saying?
I don't know. Let's just pretend it is.
Who knows? But look, we could always move the ball better. We could always win the game better, you know. And when you look back on games like this, stuff just wasn't going our way, and we just kind of dug ourselves a hole and weren't able to get out. So that's the game. 40 minutes. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And Whai won that one.
I was unfortunate about the result, but again, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for performing so well throughout the season. You've made it a pleasure to watch.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much, New Zealand. It's been an amazing league. Thank you.
Can you give us one more call?
Ha-ha!
I love it. Thank you.
Excellent work. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Marina. And the smiles are from ear to ear. Jade Kirisome, wonderful performance off the bench. Once again, she's answered the call to step in to that starting lineup over the last couple of years, last couple of rounds rather, and 17 bench points for the Whai. Taylor Dalton came off the bench and made things happen as well, and it has been excellent work from the Whai. Last thoughts for Casey and Crystal. Start with you, Casey.
Just another fantastic season. It's been great to see this league build over the past four, see the talent rise, see the youth really start to play a bigger part in the games. And as good as the season was, I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I just want to say that level has lifted every single year. I've been in it and I've felt it. And the quality of players that are coming to our shores, you just need to get out and watch, because honestly, the starting fives that some of these teams are putting out are international level, they're WNBA level. This is the best women's basketball that you can get. So get out, get amongst it, and hey, now you've got a long time to wait till next season to get in.
Certainly have. Great words, and congratulations to Tane Bennett as well. We haven't talked enough about the